And a very, very warm welcome along, everybody. Welcome along to Joe, to Kanebi, to Star Trek, and to everybody else who's watching. It has been a while, hasn't it? I've not been so well. Quite frankly, I could do with forgetting the last 4 weeks. But we're here, we're back, we're doing runs again, and it's as good as it can be for now. Welcome into Terrados. It's nearly 2 AM for you, it's nearly 1 AM for me. My sleep is all out of whack again, but we have some runs to catch up on, and the next run we're going to be catching up on is Zapdos. Now, we tried this one last night over on Twitch, twitch.tv/trainersquidgy, and it went very, very badly. We failed at last, so we are going to have to use Hidden Power, unfortunately. I tried doing a run without Hidden Power, and it just didn't work. So we've got Hidden Power Ice on our Zapdos, and let's take a little look at our stats before we get on with the run. 24 HP at level 5, we are holding the berry of course, we have Peck and Thunder Shock as our moves. Very good moves for early on in the game, but they will bite us in the bum a little bit later on. And in terms of our stats themselves, we have 14 in attack, 15 in defense, 17 in special attack, 14 in special defense, and 16 in speed. They're the stats, so let's get the graphics up. And where is my life split? That seems to have disappeared. There we have it. So I think we're ready to go. I'm going to start the recording, and we're going to start the run. Zapdos used a combination of Rock Smack and Mud Slap to get past Steelix. Really wasn't a fun time. And our first encounter is a Hoot Hoot. We might as well Thunder Shock this. One shot as we'd expect for a legendary Pokemon. So this is only the second legendary we've run together. Of course, the first one was Articuno that we saw this time last week. I'm not 100% sure when videos are coming out, especially because my schedule has been disrupted yet again next week. Because it turns out we have quite a bit of electrical work that needs to be done. So quite apt really that I have a Zapdos here. We're going to get the berry and the potion and we'll do a little bit of grinding. We shouldn't need too much grinding for Zapdos, but we have the type advantage over the lion's share of the Pokemon we can find in this route. We've got Peck for Spinarak, and of course we have Thunderbolt, Thunder Shock I beg your pardon, for Poliwag and Hoot Hoot. Music is a little bit loud. Well, we can turn that down. How about that? I've turned it down just a little bit. Hopefully that's better, do let me know. Electrical work on the 22nd. So on Tuesday next week, in the middle of a cold snap, we are going to be having a load of electrical work done here. I'm turning the music right down. Hopefully it sounds better now. I'm not quite sure what the delay is like. But we're now at level 7. We'll have a little chat with Mr. Pokemon. Still too loud? Goodness me. Let's turn it right down. In the Midlands, it's going to warm up by the weekend. I'm up in Lancashire and we are in the battleground of the hot and the cold. Well, I say the hot, the less cold and the very cold air. And it doesn't quite know what it wants to do. So we're going from like 12 one day to -2 the next, back up to 11. It's a very, very weird set of weather. And this time, with the Zapdos run, I have the actual correct battle. You reckon Moltres is going to do the best? We have Wing Attack, don't we, at the start for Moltres? Thunderbolt is not a level up move in Generation 2. The only way we can learn Thunderbolt is via the move tutor. Yep, very much normal British weather. Oh no. I've called the rival something completely wrong. We'll have to deal with it. He's for this run, because that's how my brain is feeling. To be fair, I wasted a little bit of time at Mr. Pokemon's house rejigging the audio, so we are back on track now by just spamming that. Generation 1 did spoil you by giving Thunderbolt from Lieutenant Surge. We're stuck with Thundershock, and you can see it's not a one-shot on a rat. It's not great. So my plan at the moment, I think, is to do a lot of streaming and then get back into video production after Christmas, because obviously Christmas is a very busy time for everybody. And a lot of my time is being taken up prepping for the electrician. Because he's got to refit a bathroom light, he's got to do a bunch of wiring, we're getting a new fuse board, getting new light switches on everything. He's going to be here for at least a full day, if not 2 days. And quite frankly, I'm not vibing with it. He was supposed to be here today, but we postponed because I'm still not 100% well. Yep, drill pack at level 49, we should get that roundabout Will in the Elite Four, depending on the routing I take. Might try and get it just before Will. I know, it's quite fortuitous timing running Zapdos just before the electrician is due to arrive. I want to skip this trainer, we'll run from the Ghastly. There we go. Does feel like we're having to replace half the house. It's because we've lived here for 5 years now, and after 5 years you need to do a safety inspection. And the regulations have changed in the last 5 years here in the United Kingdom. See, I'm not looking forward to it, so I'll be in a little bit of a mood come Saturday, Sunday night when I stream. I'm going to be all grumpy because I don't want the electrician to have to do anything, I just want to live in peace. That's not happening for the next couple of weeks. But then come New Year, we have a new series starting. We're going to be saying goodbye to Just the Battles for a little bit. And we're going to be saying hello to a brand new series. Going to be trying to do a little bit more Gen 4, Gen 3 content in the new year as well. I am very much looking forward to doing Fire Red, Leaf Green, because I reckon I can finally get to grips with it. It's going to be a lot easier than to learn Emerald, that's for sure. Electrician very much not passing the vibe check. Lovely guy though, guy called Lee. Absolutely wonderful guy. He did some stuff with our oven after that went kaput over the summer. Very, very nice person. Got a lot of time for him. I just wish he didn't have to do the work he's got to do. So we got the Flash HM very early on. We'll get the escape rope. And we shall rope out of here. There we go. And we'll go straight into the gym. This should be a case of a one-shot on all of the Pokemon in this gym. If it's not, there's something wrong with this Zapdos. That's Abe done and dusted. Let's move on to Birdkeeper Rod. Birdkeeper Rod. Still just about remember some things. Level 12, not terrible for the points of the game we're at. Another 2 one-shots there, and let's go straight into Falconer. And can I say, hey Minnesota, when you battle Faulkner, pretty please? Hey Minnesota, when you battle Faulkner, pretty please. There we go. And we just need to get the split all done and dusted. 725 for the Falconer split. Not bad at all. Let's now move onwards and upwards. If the sparks fly when the electrician's here, then you're going to be seeing me do a stream asking for money so that I can move out. We shall dump this Togepi in a box, never to be seen again. And then we can move on towards Azalea Town via the Union Cave. Get the most important item of the game. Welcome into Franco and welcome into Green Man 840. I hope you're doing well. I don't know why I picked up the Miracle Seed there. We are not able to learn a single grass type move, but it is a little bit of free money, I guess. Going to take on this trainer here. He's quite good for the experience. Rattata shouldn't cause any issues and was super effective against the Zubat. And that should get us very, very nicely up to level 12 in a bit. We'll get the repel here, but first we are going to encounter a Wooper. We're going to run from that because we have nothing to attack it with, really. We'll get the Super Potion here, and because we're running an Electric-type Pokemon, we might as well take on the Fisherman. Yeah, poor Togepi. Really wish that there was a routing I could do to just hatch the Togepi, but there's nothing. Because hatching the Togepi, just having it in the party, would save time if it learned any moves. I'm really looking forward to Fire Red Leaf Green runs. I've been watching Kangastan's content again, binge watching to try and get to grips with it. We'll do all 3 Fishermen here. Goldeen shouldn't prove to be any issue at all. Easy money here. And unfortunately we are in the Wooper battle. But a critical hit peck is perfect. Level 14 from Youngster Gordon. We are going to decline buying the Slowpoke Tail. We'll get the Great Ball. And then we will take on Birdkeeper Peter. A trio of Thundershocks should be just the ticket for getting through this battle. And then we'll go into the Union Cave. Not going to repel at the very beginning of this cave because we need to get our Swift TM. Unfortunately, we can't really take on these first 2 trainers. Can you move your face, please, mate? There. God, this trainer here is so annoying. There we go, we're finally through him. Get the Great Ball here, and we'll take on this Juggler. No, Fire Breather. Fire Breather Bill. Paracoffing. And they are all done. Now that we've done that, we can reorganise the bag a little bit, move the Super Potion up top, and use the Repel. And we can go and get our Swift TM. You've been watching a lot of my old content before you found the channel, and the ones you forgot to watch, like Tyranitar Just the Battles. I had such a lot of fun with Tyranitar. But Chuck and Bruno really did ruin any chance of a good time with Tyranitar. That 4 times weakness to fighting was terrible. Welcome in, James. It's good to be back. I have missed being live especially. I love doing live content. I much prefer it even over the videos. And I love doing the videos, so that tells you just how much I enjoy being live. So it's very nice to be back. I'm not feeling too rotten at all today. Did a little test stream over on Twitch yesterday. That went relatively well. And we've got a Paris first time. Marvellous. So we're going to save state before trying to throw a ball, just to save a little bit more time. I thought we'd caught it then. There we go. We've caught the Paris. And we've just got the side up left to go. So we'll drop down another save state. And we'll try and get into an encounter eventually. Why don't I get this kind of repel luck when I need this kind of repel luck? There we go, that is an oddish, so we're going to pause the timer, and we'll unpause it when we find a Psyduck. And of course, if you are driving, then please do pay attention to the road and not to me. Let's now try and get a Psyduck. There we go, here's a Psyduck, so we'll unpause the timer. And we'll try and catch it. I said we'll try and catch it. Thank you, Psyduck. There we go. HM friends acquired for another run, so now we'll have a little chat with Kurt. Should have a very easy time in the next gym because we have the type advantage over all of the Pokemon there. We don't need to heal up. Don't need to do a shop actually quite yet. We'll just go straight into the rocket section. Thundershock on the rat. Thundershock on the next rat. And that's that one done. Psyduck wasn't playing ball today. Which is a little bit frustrating. But we caught him in the end. I think we're on a little bit more of a delay than I'd like today. But we can get that sorted for the next stream. So apologies if I'm a little bit slower than you would expect. In responding anyway. I'm always a little bit slower than I'd expect. Especially with how I've been over the last month. I've been so under the weather. I really wish Psyduck could learn Fly. It'd be spectacular. Level 16 for the Azalea gym is not bad. I feel a cough coming on. Excuse me. Let's take on the gym. This should be a very easy gym. Let's put Peck in a number 1 spot. And we'll go anti-clockwise around the gym. Gonna be coughing every so often. I'm still getting over the very, very last remnants of this infection. It was a very, very nasty one. Didn't quite need to be hospitalised this time though, which is always forward progress. And we've grown to level 17. You'd be sad if Psyduck knew Fly. How come? It could be a Flyduck. Let's go and beat up Bugsy. Starting with the Metapod. Damage range for the Metapod. Going to use Thunder Shock on the Scyther. That should be a 2-shot. And then we just have the Kakuna. 1 shot on the Kakuna. Bugsy all done and dusted. Got the Hive Badge, time of 14 minutes and 28 seconds. Up next is Rival number 2, but before we do Rival number 2, we're going to go and buy some stuff. So we're going to buy, let's buy 8 Repels. And let's buy 6 Super Potions, there we go. Rollout is super effective against Flying type Pokemon because it's a Rock type move. We would still have Kenya if Psyduck learned Fly, because Psyduck has 4 moves already. No Hidden Power Ground, we're Hidden Power Ice, because we have a better special attack than physical attack. When we do teach Hidden Power, that will come up onto the overlay. Let's shove the Repels up to top spot. And now let's go and shimmy around a Farfetch'd. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Exactly, that's where we got stuck last night on the Lyre with the Flyers. Teach Cut and Flash at the same time. I'm just going to swap Paras and Psyduck around for muscle memory a little bit later on. We're going to have to use another Repel. I really should start putting the Repel on before the Ilex Forest so that I can save a menu there. And we need to get that Ether as well. We are going to be doing runs with all of the legendary birds. We already have the Articuno one up as a video. This one is going to be a stream, and the next one is going to be a stream as well. Moltres, of course. Welcome into Scott. I hope you're doing well here on this Thursday evening. Zapdos, it's a very, very bad Pokemon last night, or at least on Switch. Over here on YouTube, I'm hoping it'll get a much better performance. But we are going to have to resort to Hidden Power. I'm feeling much, much better than I was, thank you. Very, very poor month for me, shall we say. Not even just because of the illness, so much stuff went on last month that I wish didn't have to happen. But it's like anything, you deal with it, you move onwards and upwards. Always look forwards, never look backwards. I haven't even begun to route Skarmory yet, but I'll keep Hidden Power Rock in mind for Skarmory. We'll get the bike so that we can ride a little bit quicker. I generally tend to avoid watching videos by people who are on the Pokemon that I want to do, because that way I feel I might accidentally steal strategies. And especially when you've got somebody like Scott, who is an absolute genius at routing Pokemon. I'm like, no, I don't want to steal a run, I don't want to steal an idea. I seem to remember that Skarmory's Learn set is crap, to put it bluntly. Little happier, not great, but we live and learn. We'll get a return on our second run through of Goldenrod. I keep thinking about hidden power fighting, but your DVs are so bad for it that it's never quite worked out. I think hidden power bug is the same, you just have such awful DVs. I don't mind backseat gaming in certain instances, but when I'm doing a run on pure instinct, then it does get a teeny bit annoying. Let's purchase 100 coins and let's say hello to Abra. We also need to go and fetch our Kenya. Kenya, who I believe is still top of our leaderboard somehow. A favour, okay. We'll get the Pokemon with mail. Take the mail and we'll swap some Pokemon about. Swap you to you, and now it's time for Spinner Hell. I'll take one spinner. We do need a little bit of extra experience, because I want to try and be level 49 before we take on a Will. Because if we can get to level 49 then, it saves about a minute, I would say, of travelling time. Now, we don't need the Quick Claw. We have a base speed of 100, I do believe. Welcome in, RJ. I hope you've been very well. I have missed seeing and we're back. So where is Paris? There's Paris. And we will reorder Paris's moves while we're at it. So Flash goes there, and... Oh, no, Dig goes there. Sweet Scent there. Perfect. I always have set orders for the moves for the HM friends, and I have set orders for the HM friends just so that muscle memory doesn't screw me over. I'll take on Alan here. Honestly, if it's second hand and you're picking things up, you should totally do runs for yourselves. It's people like Scott who got me into challenge running in the first place. So I thought, I could do that, and I could have a lot of fun with that. Scott seems like he has a lot of fun every video. Why not give it a go? So I did. I actually started this time last year. But I didn't create content until the summer because I was very nervous about getting it right. So I'm very much a perfectionist. And it turns out I got everything wrong for the first few runs in terms of my routing. But you live and learn, don't you? You've got to sort of improvise until you know what you're doing. I like to think it's worked out relatively well. Talking of improvising, that's what we're going to do against Whitney. I'm thinking of Moltres' nickname. I was thinking, Jesus, mate! You can't just throw a Dragon Rage out there! Well, that was unfortunate. Let's try that again. Any tips for a first-time speedrunner? Don't use a clock. And also, don't use Thunder Wave twice in a row. Because that's just a waste of time. If you look at a clock on your first few runs, you will not have a good time. Just get a feel for the game. Figure out where you struggle, figure out where you excel, and use it to your advantage. Like, I really struggle with Goldenrod. There's so much to remember. She thought the nickname was going to be Jesus for a second. Who was Bird Jesus in Twitch Plays Pokemon? Was that Pidgeot? It's been so long. Thank you, Simon, for reminding people to live a like. It really does go an awful long way to help the channel. Oh, shoot, that's... Nope, I have messed up entirely here. I forgot the magnet on my last run, but we have it now. Hello, Stanley. I really like you, but we're not running you. Should really have done that after going into the Pokemon Center. It was a Pidgeot, thank you, Joe. I haven't done Pidgeot yet, so we could call it Bird Jesus. Yeah, we'll do Kimono Girls now. It's amazing. Twitch Plays Pokemon was 8 years ago now. And yet it's still very much in the psyche of the Pokemon community on YouTube and Twitch. And it was such a phenomenal experience. I really hope they do something in 2024 for the 10-year anniversary. And that'll make a lot of people feel old, won't it? 10 years since Twitch played Pokemon. I felt very old earlier this year when I realised it was 10 years since I left home for the first time. I say the first time, for the only time. Got my very first apartment on the 18th of April 2012. When I was just a young nipper. I should have taught Swift for this battle. But I didn't. Never mind. Level 24, we've defeated the Kimono Girls, we'll pick up Surf. My favourite Pokemon is Alolan Rattata, which I know is completely left of field, but it's just so adorable. I'm going to take the long route up to Hidden Power. Is it this side we need to be? Well, I should be wearing a repel, I know that much, yeah. This side, and we skip this spinner. No, we don't. What am I doing? Brain engaged, there we go. Welcome in, Cygnus, how are you doing? Enjoy the gym. You did your GCSEs back in 2003. I'm not too far behind you. I did mine in 2007. I love Alolan Rattata. One of my all-time favourite Pokemon. Here's Hidden Power. Youngster Joey's rat is in the top 1% of rats, and I'm incredibly jealous of that. Didn't need to heal, but we did anyway. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go west where life is peaceful. Take on a couple of optional trainers here just for the experience. Bike at 4x speed is very extreme, it's very hard to control. GCSE is the final high school exams. Because I don't play with sound, I don't have sound cues to do a blindfolded playthrough. It was an idea I had. However, because I don't play with sound, I would have no idea where I am. But it's still a very good idea, and maybe something, if we ever do some charity stuff, which I would love to do, we could do it for charity. Might as well take on the Slowpoke here. Type advantage and free experience and a one-shot on both. Hopefully this will be enough to get us up to level 49 later on. We learn agility that we're not going to be using because we're fast enough already. We'll get the Mint Berry and now we'll teleport back to Ecruteak City. I played it with sound a couple of times at 4x speed and yeah, my ears did not thank me. So we'll now bung on another repel and we'll take on rival number 3. But before we do, all you Mudslap fans, rejoice because we are having to use Mudslap in this battle. Rock does not resist electric. You are absolutely correct there. It swore at us, so we are on the clock for the rest of the battle. Oh, that's not great. Critical hit there, screwed us over. We'll try again. There's an awful lot of pressure when you've got... when you're doing your very first run back after a very long time. Is this a damage range? No, it's just bad, innit? Ooh, this is possibly going to be a trickier battle than I first imagined. Or we can just take advantage of him not using Curse there. And now we get the one-shot. I knew that could be a one-shot. I'll tell you what, those 3 words, damage rounding threshold, are 3 of my least favourite words on the planet. Because the way I do my runs, it doesn't factor in at all. So I've got a set place where I use my rare candies, and I've got a set order to use the rare candies. It really just does not matter. We can have a little look at saying hello to Ho-Oh and Lugia. They can have a little cameo before their appearances later on. Mudslap really is crap, innit? Let's swap to an actual move, shall we? I use the candies at red. All the candies at red in a pattern of 3, 3, then 4 if we need it. Just that way it's consistent against all Pokemon, and it does mean that we're taking into account the level at which the Pokemon arrived at red. Because that is a big part of the game. So between red and blue, or should I say between blue and red, I battle nobody. To just try and get the most accurate picture of how the Pokemon's performed after all 16 badges. That's why I generally tend to avoid changing learn set between red and blue as well. Medium Martha is down. We have defeated the ugly sprites for this game. We'll do a cheeky little heal. I don't like using rare candies mid-run myself. I find it adds too much pressure onto me. Thinking, should I use a rare candy now? Should I save it? And in the end, just using them all at red, it takes away a little bit of pressure and makes the run a lot more enjoyable. There are certain situations where I think, I wish I could use a rare candy here, it would help me out an awful lot. You weren't supposed to use Hypnosis, you cheeky little so-and-so. Please paralyse it. Oh, that's fine. We are absolutely fine here on this Morty run. Ha! Nightshade? No. Martha's missing a bit of her sprite compared to the Japanese version of the game, and it really does lose context without that bit of sprite. We're now going to move on towards Olivine City. We're going to take on the Pikachu trainer here. Might as well use some Hidden Power PP while we're at it. What's the difference between a seal and a sea lion? Red is very, very strong. I don't know, what is the difference between a seal and a sea lion? Am I setting myself up for a joke here? I hope I am. She might be lovely on the inside, but that sprite is ugly as sin on the outside. Welcome in Left Field 2004. I hope you're doing very well today. We already used the Mint Berry Bud. Yes, she is missing her beads. We'll buy Max Repels in Blackthorn, I think. That seems like the play to me. We grabbed them in Berry before we did Rival number 3. I believe it was because they were, or could be construed as religious symbols. I'm not quite sure on the origin of beads myself. I always appreciate reminders. You know me, I will forget stuff throughout a run. Just going to pause the timer for a very quick second. Because what I need to do is I need to change the day. Because currently we are on Saturday. Well, we're actually on Sunday, but it says it's Saturday because GameHook likes doing that. Oh my god, that joke is fantastic. The fishermen are missing their cigarettes. Which might be why they're so grumpy. Because they are after a visit to jolly old Saint Nicotine. I am having a very nice day. Thank you very much. all the nicer for being in the company of all you lovely, lovely people. Level 29, we didn't quite Oko the Noctowl because its special defense is ridiculously high for an early game bird. And now it's time to take on the Roaring Growlithe. I really don't like this battle. In very early runs, I could never Oko these because I was running with very bad DVs. And I'd lose so much time from being roared out constantly. Interesting that you've mentioned Spheal in Emerald, because Spheal is actually one of my first targets for Gen 3. One of my very dear friends, he'll be asleep now, but Lucas, who is at Lucas Hart on Twitch, his favourite Pokemon is Spheal. And I really want to run one. It's so, so cute. Noctowl needs something extra, because it is a very, very cool concept. And of course it was shiny in the anime as well, wasn't it? But it feels like it's been left by the wayside. Where are you? It's not you I'm after. It's Monica to get the sharp beak. We'll use our final repel here. We will now move up our super repels to there. As an adult, I still don't like the tower. It's not so bad on 4 times speed. Seal's such a good Pokemon in Gen 2. Primarily because it learns Headbutt at level 1, which means you can do some very quick early game grinding. Ha! You kicked me twice, I peck you twice. Oh, you absolute cow, Hitmonchan. Didn't want to have to take a heal here. Walrein is a very good Pokemon. I'm incredibly annoyed by the Isle of Armor on Generation 8. Well, thank you, Zero, for the $20. That is much appreciated, because this is a recording for a video. Unfortunately, I don't have any sound effects going, but thank you so much. That means an awful lot. Hola, Arturo. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're in the mid-game with very poor stab, but we will make the most of it. Level 31 as we take on this Primeape. It's not quite a one-shot, so he'll swipe us with some furries. And we have defeated him. So we'll Super Potion and might as well use one of our regular potions as well. We will put on the... Let's put on the Magnet. I think that's going to be handier. It's time for Chuck. Chuck leads with a Primeape, so we're going to peck the Primeape half to death. We get Leered, which isn't great. But hopefully a pair of Thundershot. Well, that is fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Chuck done in 36 minutes and 48 seconds. So we will get HMO2, and reluctantly we're going to teach HMO2 to Zapdos. And we're also going to teach it to Kenya as well. And now we need to fly back to... Oh, no. I forgot that we did this. We can fly straight to the Lake of Rage. Get the red scale, and now we'll have a little chat with Lance the Liar. I'm feeling much better, thank you, Eternal. I hope you're doing well as well. Got thrown by my own janky routing there. Why, thank you, Zero. I'm faceless, but I hope the voice is sexy. I'm not even going to try and do a sexy voice. I have embarrassed myself far too much on this channel recently. Why'd you send me to sleep, Drowsy? What is wrong with you? It's going to be a long sleep, isn't it? If we had J-Rose here, I don't know how I would react, because I've never spoken to him personally. That was the best quality of life change Pokemon has ever made. Build moves just at the push of a button. It's one of the reasons why I don't like playing Generation 1. Zapdos will learn Drill Peck. We're just using Fly in the interim at the moment. It's very much we're making do with it until we get Drill Peck. Because we have the move deleter in Blackthorn City, we can easily just fly there. I'm going to get a nugget as well, just in case we need some money. Drowsy does know just how much rest I've been needing. And he wants to eat my dreams, although last night I had such a weird dream. Take on this trainer now. We can skip him. However, I always forget to skip him on the way back. Yep, Drowsy does need to change his learn set a little bit. That is a little bit suspect, isn't it? Hello, Ekans. We're going to Thundershock you because I can't be bothered using Fly anymore. Gloom, however, you can get pecked in the face. And we've got our first password, Slowpoke Tail. And now we're going to get our second password off this gentleman here. He's got Eradicate. We're going to eradicate the Raticate. And we will get Eradicate Tail as our second password. I always thought we'd need to remember those as a kid. Take on this optional just for the experience. It's not much, but every little helps when you're in this experience group. Still another 16 levels until we learn a decent flying type move. And we have to go all the way past the league in order to learn a decent electric type move. And just a reminder, after we get 7 badges, we will take our first break. It'll be a couple of minutes just for me to wet my whistle and stretch. The level curve is, it's very, how can I put this? Norfolk, very flat. Hello, Murkrow. Thank you for the password. Get the full heal here. We are going to definitely have to go into a Pokemon soon. Just to get rid of a lot of crap we have in our bag. Doing a solo challenge, I think, is actually easier than running with a full party because of the level curve. Because we are still slightly over-leveled for most of the game. And when you're putting all your experience into one Pokemon, it does become manageable. Just going to use a Super Potion here in case any of them decide to go boom. First one didn't. Shame it's not a one-shot. I really hope they do Let's Go Johto. That one went boom. Oh, we more than survived that. That one went boom as well. Let's Go Johto would be fantastic. I loved Let's Go. Some of my favourite Pokemon games. I know it's divisive. But they are such fun games to me, especially because of the shiny hunting. Let's now take on Morty. Not Morty. This isn't Morty. I do apologise, Bryce. In Power Ice will be neutral. Ow. Just a dugong left to go, we might as well Thundershock this. Aurora Beam takes us into the red, but it's not enough to save him. We grow to level 35, and we have defeated Price. 43 minutes and 2 seconds, not bad at all. Gligar does not learn any stab moves at all, I believe. It's time to ascend the lighthouse for the second time. And we'll give Jasmine her drugs. Dig back out, and I also need to swap these two around. Knew there was something wrong there. And just before we take on Jasmine, I'm going to sell some stuff. Clear out the back just a little bit. In fact, this might waste a little bit of time, but I want to get some more stuff. I'm going to do a very cheeky pass-through of Goldenrod. Oh, bugger. Pausing the timer for a split second. Just to change the day again. There we go, she's back. I did press unpause, there we go. And now let's go south, because I want to get the soft sand. I thought I still had a repel on, but that tentacle has very kindly reminded me that I don't. So we'll sort that now. We'll take on this trio of sisters. Selling God's Spell, Giovanni doesn't understand you. To be fair, I don't understand Giovanni for the most part. His motivation's a little bit all over the place. Giovanni's just thinking, why can't you sell them to me at a cut price? Shelda, Cloyster, goodbye to you both. Level 36. Get the soft sand, which is what we need for the Jasmine fight. I loved the little hidden area as a kid, until I realised I got ambushed, and they were actually quite terrifying. Alright, let's take on Jasmine. Not expecting this to go well, even with the soft sand. Very much relying on hidden power here. Oh, you absolute cow love. He is just a glorified dog napper, isn't he? Yeah, secret potions are a victimless crime. Your accuracy's being dropped, mate. You shouldn't be thunderwaving me like that. You can go away and all, mate, Steelix. I'm feeling much better, thank you, John C, apart from this Jasmine fight. It is a damage range, but not that you could tell. Swap to hidden power now. Oof. I thought we were going to hurt ourselves in confusion then and lose the battle, but we didn't, and we have the mineral badge in hand in quite a long split. 7 badges obtained. We are going to do a slight bit of cleaning up, and in this case, it is literally just going to Violet City, making sure we're wearing a rappel, and picking up the rare candy. We'll fly to Goldenrod City, we'll do a heal, and after 7 badges, because the rocket section is quite a slog, we take a couple of minutes break, stretch out, get a drink, go to the loo. I will be back. It's 1:36 now here in the UK, so I'll be back within 3 or 4 minutes. Take care everyone, I'll see you all in a couple. And we are back. If I select the right screen, that helps. Thank you all so much for your patience. I had to feed the cats as well. But they are all now fed and they have stopped whinging, and we can carry on with the game. There are a couple of cats who live on the street, and me and a few neighbours like to feed them. Sort of share the responsibility between us all on the street. I listen to completely different music to what's going out on stream, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately, what the music was. It's just part of my very large Pokemon loop. We won't learn Detect. Up next is the Zubat trainer. Going to be relying a lot on Fly, I reckon. I will give them scriptures next time I go out. Next door has left his first front door open for them, so they can stay warm, because it's minus 7 degrees Celsius outside at the moment. It's very, very cold here in the UK. 3-shot on that muck is about as good as we could have hoped. They're all Pokemon songs on my loop. I'm not that imaginative. Really bugs me that we have this trio of Magnemites here, who are weaker than Jasmine's Magnemite, and you have to do this trainer after Jasmine. I'm going to take on this optional as well, because he's got a Weezing, and that's quite good experience. It was -8 this time last night, so it's a 1 degree warmer. Thank goodness. Very warm in Argentina. I am very, very jealous. I don't like the cold. I love summer. It's my favourite season. I cannot stand winter. Which is why you'll probably find over summer I will do an awful lot more content than I do over winter, because I just try and hibernate over winter. Hopefully an Oko on most of these Pokemon. If we lose this battle, which we shouldn't do, but if we do, we'll teach Swift. Didn't get the poison off the Weezing, which is great. One final coughing left to go. It is summer in South America. And best of luck for Sunday, of course. For those of you who are following the cuppage action going on, I hope your teams did very, very well. Yeah, we will go and heal. I like spring, but I have allergies, so I just sneeze constantly from about March through to May. I wish I could spend winters outside the UK. Normally I spend about a month over in Cyprus, but I've not been able to the last couple of years with COVID. Getting paralysed was bad here. But we made it through the battle, just about. We are going to have to use some of our bag items to heal up though. We'll do that, and we'll do a pair of super potions that should see us fit. Level 40, only 9 more levels to go until Drill Peg. We're getting there. You did lose. Your only defeats were to the 2 finalists, weren't they? Which, I mean, you're a good team if that happens, in some senses. Well, in a lot of senses, actually. Didn't Australia do the best they've ever done in a World Cup? Or am I just talking out my arse there? As someone who is immunosuppressed, I have to be very careful with COVID. Mudslap at Gym 4, yeah. Thanks for popping in, NKA. I hope you have a lovely evening. And it's time for the first Bumhead Fireduck of the run with Burglar Duncan. Say hello and goodbye to the Bumhead Fireduck. Still can't believe we're using Thundershock this late in the game, but we will use what we can. Will it be doom and gloom for this gloom? Let's find out. Yes, it will. And we might as well do the exact same thing on the next gloom, and we can move on with our lives. I mean, losing to Italy in 2006 is nothing to be ashamed of. That was the World Cup in Germany, wasn't it? Really testing my memory there because it was 16 years ago. I like getting random chuckles out of people. If I can make at least one person smile each stream, then I know I'm doing something right. Almost at the end of this horrible, horrible rocket section. We'll get the card key. We'll pick up TM35, and we can dig out. We will do a heal just for PP purposes here, and then we'll do the last bit of the radio tower. I think what we need to figure out then is what teams Australia will face in the next World Cup, because we can then accurately predict who's going to win just from Australia getting out of the group stage again. I do keep meaning to visit my family over in Australia. I've never been. And throughout my entire 20s I kept saying I'll go and visit, but it never happened. Because I've got family in Cairns, which I believe is just outside of Brisbane, but I might be completely wrong there. Final Rocket Grunt, or shall I say Rocket Executive of the run. 48 teams, that is right actually, isn't it? They are extending it. Because the World Cup doesn't quite go on long enough as it is. How rude of you to burn. Level 43, 6 more levels, not the worst in the world. Long bit of text coming up, we'll get the clear bell. And we will use the full heal here. Get the pink bow. Get Sunny Day, not quite sure if we need it. It's nice to have just in case. Yep, very much way up north. I think it's actually Coolum, to be specific. Yep, super hot. Super wet a lot of the time as well, I've been told. But hopefully at some point in the next 5 years or so, I will be able to visit that way. I keep meaning to go back to Scotland as well, where I've got some more family. Get the Nevermelt Ice, Repel's worn off. So we can use this opportunity to teach Whirlpool and Waterfall to our Psyduck. Get back on the bike, in line with the stairs, which means we can pick up the rest TM. And I forgot to put on a Repel after all that, didn't I? It is a little bit Lionel Messi, isn't it? Is this Lionel Messi's final World Cup? I want some Max Repels. And what else do I want? Do we sell full heals here? Yes, we do. We'll pick up some of those as well, just in case. It's a lot of people's final World Cups. So I'm going to assume that Cristiano Ronaldo's not doing another one. Because he's quite old. I've got some stories with my cousin about Cristiano Ronaldo, but I don't want to get sued. But my cousin was in a paper talking all about Ronaldo back in the day. Back when he played for Manchester United. For the first time, not this more recent time. kind of feel obliged to support Manchester United as well because it's my home team. I am from that part of Manchester where their stadium is. Although as a child, I absolutely hated them playing at home because it meant we were stuck in our house for about 3 or 4 hours after the games had finished. What am I doing with my life? We'll just try Claire as is. Why are we still holding the soft sand? What is that all about? I think YouTube has defaulted everyone's top chat again recently. I noticed it in a couple of streams I watch. '90s Man United were a thing of beauty. The atmosphere in Manchester, or at least in our part of Manchester, after they won the treble, was something else. I still remember the parade. We walked down to Chester Road, where the parade went, and it was phenomenal. You're a Villa fan? I don't know too much about Aston Villa, I've got to be honest. My father-in-law is a Man City fan, so the conversations can get a little bit heated sometimes when I start winding him up. But then he's been a Man City fan for decades. Since like the 1950s, so he's seen the ups and the downs. Very much not a glory chaser. .101.51 out of Claire is not bad. Mid-table's not bad, though. I don't know whether Man City will be able to win the Champions League myself. As a former gambling addict, I try and avoid betting. But it does seem to be a little bit of a curse on Manchester City winning the Champions League. Because there have been times where they've clearly deserved it, and it's just not gone their way. Carlos Tevez was on both teams. Welcome in, Jose Vargas. I hope you're doing well. I wouldn't write off Arsenal this season either. Arsenal have been doing incredibly well. And I might be talking out of my arse here, but I'm fairly certain that Arteta was Pep's protege, wasn't he? Haaland is too good for his own good. He's like Kevin De Bruyne turned up to 11 in terms of the amount of difference he has made. Because Kevin De Bruyne was game-changing for Manchester City, but Haaland is something else. That is true about the injury crisis. Because isn't Gabby Jesus now injured? It's the very first football conversation I think we've had on the channel. We did have an argument about American football versus what a lot of people would call soccer, but what a lot of us just call football. But I think that's the closest we've ever been. They are very similar tactically. I've not played FIFA in a very long time, though. You know what? I am going to do something a little bit daft here, and I am going to backtrack. I'll murder this rat en route. I just want to try and get a little bit more experience. Pausing the timer to organise the bag, because otherwise this is a bit of an unfair thing when my bag management hasn't been great. And unpause the timer. That's one of the reasons I don't play modern FIFA, because it has loot boxes. It's also the reason I stopped playing Call of Duty. So I was very into Call of Duty, and they hooked me in with the supply drops. Thank God Sneasel's special attack is terrible, eh? Parafusion isn't great. Parafusion on the timer is even worse. No. I'm going to use the Paralysed Cure Berry at this juncture. And we will also heal up. It's my own fault for being a little bit cocky. Curse is incredibly annoying. Why am I using Hidden Power? What is wrong with me? And we can learn Drill Peck, which we're going to replace Mud Slap with. Thundershock that. It's all coming together. So now what we can do is we can chat with this dude here. Fly to Blackthorn. Forget Fly. And then, where is our TMs? There they are. And we will also use this opportunity to put on We're holding the Paralyzed Cure Berry at the moment. Where is our magnet? There it is. We'll put back on the magnet. And I'm just going to experiment. Can we teleport back to the league? Yes, we can. Marvellous. So we'll do a cheeky little heal. And now it's time to say thank you to our HM friends. We say thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, and to Parish. You've all been a great help in the Johto region. Get some well-deserved rest while our Zapdos takes on the league. Move our full restores up to the top, and now let's take a little look at our stats. We are level 49 with 177 HP. We're holding the magnets, and our moves are Hidden Power, Drill Peck, Thunder Shock, and Return. We have 125 in attack, 118 in defense, 158 in special attack, 124 in special defense, and 134 in speed. They're the stats as we go into the league, and our first trainer is Mr. Saint Germain William Time. So we'll Thunder Shock the first Xatu. Don't really have anything for the Jinx, so we're just going to use a Drill Peck. We will use a Hidden Power Ice on the second Xatu. On the Executor, we can now Drill Peck its face off. And for the Slowbro, we'll just use a few Thunder Shocks. Will all done and dusted. We've grown to level 50. And we can move on to Koga. Koga shouldn't be too much of an issue, although maybe I should taunt Swift instead. We shall soon find out. We'll start by Drill Pecking the Ariados. And now for the Fortress, we're going to have to Drill Peck 3 times probably and hope it doesn't go boom. For the Muck, what we will do is we will use... Let's try Hidden Power. He's used a Minimalize, which is a little bit annoying. But we didn't get Toxicked. Venomoth, we've got a Drill Peck with your name on it. And the Crobat can be a little bit pesky. Just going to hope that we connect a couple more times, which we do. And that is Koga all done and dusted. Up next is Bruno. Got a lot of PP going into the league, which is quite rare for us. Going to move Drill Peck up to the top for this battle. Use Hidden Power Ice against the Onix. Grow to level 51. Hitmonchan's next. We'll use a Drill Peck on the Hitmonchan. We can Drill Peck all the rest of these. Will is very much Gen 2 Bruno. I never have many issues with Will. The only time we have issues is if Jinx gets off a lovely kiss. I've got Split for Bruno. It doesn't really matter though. We're on to Karen. Sand attacks hits, which is incredibly annoying. And we're on a clock for the rest of the battle. Hopefully we will hit our Hidden Power, which we do. Karen is defeated. Full restore. And now let us use a Max Elixir as well. What are we holding at the moment? We're holding the Magnet. We are going to change that for the Never Melt Ice, if I can find it in my bag. And let's try Lance. Your husband supports Manchester United and you went to visit and possibly move to Manchester. Manchester is a lovely city to live in. There's always something going on. Of course, like any big city, there are the nice parts and the not so nice parts. But I am looking to move back to Manchester in the next 12 months. I miss it so, so much. And we are the champions of Johto. 1 hour, 14 minutes and 39 seconds for the Zapdos. But the game is not over. We have Kanto yet to come. But while we're in the credits, I need to change the date. I also need to have another little stretch. I'll check on the cats. And I will see you all in roughly 2 to 3 minutes' time. And in the words of RJ the Poet, we're back! Thank you all for your patience there. We are now ready to get on with the Kanto section of the game. I'm just going to have a cheeky little drink. And at 1:14.39 we're on a very good pace. I do think there should be more cross-region games. So let's now carry onwards and upwards. Get the Master Ball in case we want to catch the Snorlax. Move the Mactropels up top now. Ah, there you are, RJ. It's something that I say every single time. And we're going to welcome back Kenya, Abra, Psyduck, and Paris. Hope you had a lovely rest. As we now need to very quickly move on towards Goldenrod City. For some reason, my date didn't change there. I have completely screwed this up. It's 4,000 coins, isn't it? Let's just pause the time to rejig the day again. It doesn't seem to have saved for me. Something has gone a little bit awry here. There we go. Thunderbolts, please. On to our Zapdos. And we will immediately use our PP up on it. And we can fly away towards Electric City. We've got a couple of bits to pick up now before we make our way towards Kanto. God, my bag is a mess. Inventory management is something I am terrible with. Not just in this game, but in every game, especially games like Minecraft. Pop our heads into the Pokemon Center. Try and remember where we're going. Does help. Didn't get caught by the spinner. Get the rare candy here. And we can dig our way back out. Teleport back to Olivine City. And we can get on a boat. Electric attack boost after surge, you are absolutely correct there, yes. Wrong room. Oh, you've been busy at work over the holidays. I'm not surprised. It's a busy time for a lot of people. ABCD, how old do you think I am? That's a more interesting question for me. We've got Steel Wing, potentially for Brock. Slow leveling group is a pain, but we'll make do with what we have. Get the metal coat, which will boost Steel Wing if we choose to use it. You're absolutely correct there, I am 31. Let's now move towards Celadon City, and I always make that misstep there. Got our PP up. That is very true, Garfield. I'm glad one of us is thinking, how's my hairline holding up at 31? I'm bald. I have no hair. Might as well get all this lovely experience from this gym. Have the type advantage here. Only big issue I foresee in the next few battles is maybe Lieutenant Surge's Magneton. I was thinning when I was like 17, 18. Yeah, I've embraced the bald look. Had a beard until this time last week as well, but I decided to get rid. Which, I mean, getting rid of a beard in a cold snap is a very bad idea, in hindsight. But it is what it is, isn't it? Let's now move on towards Cerulean City. That's the train station. Don't need to catch a train today, they're on strike. 30 really does hit the hairline for super effective damage. It's an awful lot for super effective damage. You really start to notice the creeps when you turn 30. You know me, I'm a relatively open book. I find it very hard to get offended by questions. And that is not a challenge. That is definitely not a challenge. Find a question that will offend me. Now I must remember not to go in the Pokémon Center here. Bye-bye a go-go to the best character in the game. Why am I using Thunderbolt? What is wrong with me? Do I have another PP up in my bag? If I do, I'm going to use that on Drill Peck, and also while we're at it, we'll swap the Magnet and the Nevermelt Ice. Moving on to Schoolboy Joe, who's made a bit of a schoolboy error there by leading with a Tangler. And he's got a Vaporeon. We are about to interrupt Misty's date. Got the perfect Pokemon for Nugget Bridge, really. There very much should be more cross-region games. It's such a good thing being able to visit Kanto. I'm hoping we see it in Scarlet and Violet going back to Kalos in DLC. Because Kalos is a very, very underexplored region. I think there are a lot more stories we could tell about Kalos. Also happens to be my favourite region. Hello Misty, yes, we're interrupting your date. Don't go into the Pokémon Center. What the hell am I doing? There we go, got the machine part. It'd be interesting to get a Pokemon game that spanned all of the regions across Japan. Why am I using that? Brain, engage, please. I don't know what I'm going to call my next starter. Because we've already run Slugma, that might get a little bit confusing. We'll get the Cascade badge. And we can move on with our lives. Slugma's coming back, though, in the new year. We're going to be doing a second run with Slugma. Let's now beat up Sabrina. Not her Pokemon, just Sabrina. The nicknames have to be related to the Pokemon, really. Thank goodness for that, I can still remember how to get out of there. My repel still on? No. This is one of my least favourite spinners in all of the game. Getting through him second time isn't bad. Get the expansion card. And I'm going to risk it for now. And I am going to avoid getting Steel Wing. Lava Toast is a very good name for a Slugma. I'll keep that in mind. If I remember, that's what we'll call it. It is true, seeing players who are up-and-coming talents now get old is very scary. Oh, piss off, Raichu. I'm going to take a voluntary reset there. We did get... Oh, I've forgotten its name. Goodness me. Fido and Dashbun. Which are close-ish to Toast. Zap Cannon actually hit. Twice in a row. Well, that wasn't a pleasant battle. I did manage to get a Ligma joke in the Slugma video that nobody commented on. We are very much a family-friendly channel. If you want to see me swear, you go to twitch.tv/TrainerSquidgy and I play Fall Guys. I am really fond of Slugma. I grew so attached to it doing the run. Hidden Power Ice for the Graveler. Hidden Power Ice for the Onix. Hidden Power Ice for the Rhyhorn. And then we'll swap to the wrong move there. Thunderbolt is what we're after here for the Kabutops. And the Omastar, who is not very much a star performer for Brock there. Get the Boulder Badge, 128.56. Not a record-breaking time by any stretch of the imagination, but we're still doing relatively well. I think I have like 2% of viewers under the age of 20. It's very, very low. I can only assume that Makago does learn Shell Smash in later gens. If it doesn't, that is an absolute travesty. We need to send a petition to Game Freak. Yep, Blue's badge does give a boost to ground, which makes no sense seeing as Blue is not a type-themed leader. However, his badge does equate to ground type. Dip our heads in the Pokemon Center there. That was Makago's biggest issue. It was far too slow. Get the Rare Candy here. Yep, you're absolutely right, no Dark Boost. Talking of Makago, here is one. We're going to Hidden Power. It'll be... No, it's not very effective, isn't it? Let's Thunderbolt it. Trick Room Macargo really does sound quite intimidating, actually. Now it's time to take on Janine. Poor old Janine. I'd agree that the average age is probably around about 30. For challenge runs, anyway. Obviously, there are going to be some people a lot older, a lot of people a lot younger as well. But I'm one of those people, I don't mind feeling old in a community. Yep, the bum head fired at Joe. Took me a second to figure that out. They say life begins at 30, don't they? I remember one of my very good friends, Gary, when he turned 28. I remember that distinctly. And now he's 41, 42. We're all mid-20s to mid-30s here. I've realised I've not been paying attention to the game for around about 10 minutes now. I just had that realisation of, oh crap, we're at blue. I've been on autopilot. I haven't mentally prepared for red at all. The run is going very well, thank you, Nate. The end is nigh for the run, though. Just got red left to go. Damageless blue, indeed. That is very true, Anthony. Getting old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. I very much chose the optional route there. I'm just going to take on one Pokemon here. Because we were so close to level 61. Light screen. Pausing the timer for a second. Light screen could come in very handy. We've got Thunderbolt for... Who have we got? We've got Lapras, who'll have... He doesn't have a Lapras. What the frig am I on about? We've got Thunderbolt for the Blastoise and the Charizard. We've got Drill Peck for the Venusaur. I'm going to scrap Hidden Power Ice. I think Light Screen might come in handy. Because he's just a special attacker, barring that Snorlax. I think Hidden Power's a little bit of a redundant move there. We'll see if that bites us in the bum. If it does, we can always run back to Celadon and buy another Hidden Power. Where are my Rare Candies? Put the Rare Candies up top. Let's give it a go. Welcome in, Andrew the Sandshrew. You've missed most of the Zapdos run. We did manage to get to red, thank goodness. Snorlax, of course, is going to be an issue. That is not wholly unexpected, I've got to be honest. First thing we're going to do is we are going to accidentally give Paris the leftovers. We'll give it one more go at our current level and then we'll start using the rare candies. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't notify people. I want to get the paralysis off on this Snorlax. How well does Drill Peck do? Ooh, not terrible. Now let's start some rare candies. We're going to use 3 to begin with. We usually always use the pattern of 3, 3, 4. Red just wasting a bit of time there. Okay, so he's got a reflect up, which is bad. I hate the fact that electric types can get paralysed in this game. He's used rest, I beg your pardon. We just need to not get paralysed. I'm going to reset there. We'll see if we can get sub 140. We might not, but then again we might. Thunder hit that time. As long as we don't get charmed, I don't mind too much. Right, we're damageless going into the Snorlax. We're through the Snorlax. Onto the Blastoise. Thunderbolt on the Blastoise. Not quite an OHKO, but he's used Rain Dance, which is perfect for us there. Move on to Drill Peck for the Venusaur, should be a 2-shot. He's used Sunny Day, which is bad. We just need to hope we can tank a hit from Charizard's Flamethrower. But we don't need to, because we one-shot the Charizard, 137-57. Oh, goodness me. What a fun run. I haven't played Pokemon Light Platinum, no. Sub 140 for the Zapdos. Very proud of that Zapdos, even if we did have to use Hidden Power. And that was a 5-minute 32 red split, which is not bad at all. Very, very happy with that run, I've got to be honest, especially considering last night's failed run. I'm not going to turn this into a video for a little while, so this stream is going to be staying up for quite some time. Welcome into Concord, by the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this stream up for a little while yet. And then in the new year, I'll turn this into a video, just because over Christmas, I've got the electrician coming in. I've got, obviously, Christmas itself. And honestly, I just don't have the time to do streams into videos. But to make up for that, I'm going to be going live every other day, for the most part. Next run, I think we're going to get the legendary birds all ticked off. We are going to run with Moltres. And hopefully we won't need Hidden Power for Moltres. But we shall see. But of course, there is one more thing we need to do. And that is, we need to go to Violet City. We need to attach the mail to Kenya. And we need to say hello to this gentleman here. Thank you, Kenya. You've been a great help, but you've got to go home. And now we will save. Here. I'm going to have to very quickly go over to this and ban them. Find love on the new dating site. Why don't you find love on the new dating site, love? But I think, unfortunately, we're now done. We have finished this run. And I'm getting a little bit tired and a little bit hungry. So next time we will run with Moltres. After that, I'm not 100% sure. But thank you all so much for popping out. It has been an absolute pleasure. It's so good to be back. And if you want to see more stuff, you can follow me on Twitch as well. If you would like to, that is. Over on Twitch, I play mostly things not related to Pokemon, but you can still catch me there, swearing my head off at other games. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon.